Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It is the morning time, and I am hanging out with Simon. Shamo, shamo, la 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 la. So we're doing some early morning bath time stuff, and while he's playing, I thought I'd do a little podcast and I do a little vlog. And so something interesting happened to me last weekend, and I thought I'd just comment on it because I thought it was something that I think could relate. So I'll start saying this. Understand that sometimes your family members will be your biggest critic, but in the most unfair way, right? Sometimes when family members are too close to the process, they don't understand the process, so they don't get it, or they don't see what the world sees. They see sometimes they see the things that they're not supposed to see. So what I mean by that is a family member mentioned to another family member, who gave Marv an iPad? Who gave this man an iPad? He is always on my feed, right? And I took it as like as a slight, as a little bit of I don't know, not necessarily disrespect, but I took it as a slight. And I don't post crazy stuff. I don't post mindless stuff. Every now and then I post some things of my kids that I think is cute or funny or whatever. But I would say about 99% of my content has something to do with hope, with empowerment, motivation, inspiration, encouragement. It's designed to help people become the highest version of themselves. And that's it. All I want to do is help people to realize that you have a purpose, you have value because you have a purpose, and you have a genius level talent, you have a passion that's within you. And if you can make yourself aware of that, and if you have the confidence and the courage and the discipline and the persistence and all of those, the faith and the consistency to work on those things, you can do some incredible things, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. You can even do some things for people who will never ever meet you, people that you will never ever meet, but you'll have an impact on those people because you decided to engage and invest in yourself. And because of the result, many people are going to be impacted by your work. And simply, that's what I want to do, right? But this person in my family was saying, like, I'm annoying. Why do I post so much? And so it's one of those situations where someone in the family is close to you, but instead of seeing you the way that everyone else sees you, what's up, Derek? Instead of seeing what everybody else sees, they see the ambition, they see the hard work, they see the creativity, they see the consistency, they see the persistence, they see somebody acting on their dreams. Someone close to the process, someone close to me, they see someone who's being annoying, someone who's always got something to say, someone who can't stop talking, someone who is wasting their time on some level. And so for those of you who are maybe taking an unbeaten path, right? Maybe you have a job, right, that pays the bills, but then you get this other thing that you do that you're really passionate about. Or maybe you one day want this one thing that you're passionate about to become your main source of income. It's going to take a 2 feet in commitment, or both feet in commitment. You know, you can't put 1 foot in. I mean, you may have the job, but you have to have both feet in on this other thing, whether it's music, whether it's cooking, whether it's whatever the business is, whatever the art is, whatever the talent is, whatever the gift is, whatever the ambition is, you have to have both feet in, and you have to be committed to it. Because if you're not committed to it, it's never ever going to develop. And if you want to know what's going on the other side, it's that too. But if you want to see something take place in your life, you have to commit. And so with that commitment, there's going to be some times when you're going to look great. There's going to be some times when you don't look great, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff that I post that I look back at and I'm like, that wasn't my best work. I listen to podcasts and be like, oh, wow, man, that wasn't my best work. I look at posts and be like, man, I posted that? Oh, my God, what was I thinking? But it's all a part of my process. It's all a part of my journey. You know, when we see somebody on stage, when we see somebody on TV that sounds perfect, there's a lot of work that went into that. And it can't be just the work that went in, the work that they did when they were behind closed doors. No, you got to get in front of people and put in the work. You got to add. There's got to be some pressure added to the work to make sure that you are as good, to make sure that you're getting as good as you want to be, right? So if all I did was do videos that no one ever saw in the present, like in the privacy of my own home, and I'm the only one saw them, there's no pressure. So I gotta go on Facebook Live and be able to deliver content when there might be some people watching, and I can't take it back. So either I perform and I do a good job, maybe either my concepts are in sync and the transitions are there, the concepts are comprehensive. Either I perform and do a great job, or I don't. And in either way, somebody's going to see it. So there's the pressure that there's that necessary pressure. What's up? Jordan, just wipe it off in the water. So there's that pressure that I put on myself so that I can continue getting better. So that when I'm in front of thousands of people, I'm ready. Someone was talking about Ryan Seacrest. And he said, what's the most impressive thing about Ryan Seacrest is that he can be so perfect all the time on TV. He speaks clearly. He has no glitches, no crutches. He doesn't say and you know what I'm saying? He just speaks with such clarity and precision all the time. Not everybody can do that. It's impressive. But we'd be foolish to think that didn't come from hours and hours and hours of work. He's probably got lines upon lines upon lines in his head that he can go to at any given time when he gets stuck. And the public would never, ever know. He would know, but he's got tons of lines and tons of information in his head that he can go to at any given time. So anytime he gets stuck, he can go on autopilot for a little bit until his thoughts come back to him so that he can now get back on course and now execute the game plan. It takes work, man. It takes hours and hours and hours of work. I would love to see what type of language drills and skills he does to make sure that he can talk with that type of clarity. I'm pretty sure that man works incredibly hard to be that good. But we don't see that. All we see is this person looking perfect. All we see is this person speaking perfect and speaking clear. So then what happens is you hear me and you like, what are you doing? Why are you talking? But I got to work. I got to work to get to that point. So that's why you see, that's why your Facebook feed that's why Marv Fox content is up every day. That's why if you go on Twitter, if you go on Facebook, if you go on Instagram, if you go on YouTube, you go on Vimeo, you're going to see constant content. Because I got to work at it. I got to get better at it. I got to put stuff out there. I got to be able to review myself. I got to work on it. But sometimes the people that's the closest to you won't see it that way. They'll just say, man, you're annoying. You're always on my feed. So you know what you have to do sometimes? Block people. You got to block them on whatever platform you use. And then sometimes you got to block people from your life. You got to hang out with them. Maybe I just talk to you less. We can talk about surface things. I won't talk to you anything about anything in depth. Just talk to those people about things that are on topical surface. Hey, what do you do today? I went to school and I ate lunch. That's it? Yep. I ate lunch today. Yep. What'd you have? Oh, I had a sandwich. It was delicious. But then you talk to somebody else who understands it. Then you can say, what'd you do today? Oh, man. I had the most amazing lunch, man. This sandwich was so good. I felt so fulfilled and full after I got done eating this, man. If you ever had that's when you go into detail. That's when you really engage. But for everybody else who don't get it, and everybody else who won't get it, and everybody else who want to criticize you and clown you and mock you and tease you and look at your efforts, and they don't even want to take the time to understand why. Or they don't even want to take the time to understand the narratives or listen to the narratives that led you to your why. They don't want any of that. For those people, you keep it short, you keep it sweet, you keep it respectful, and you let your ends justify the means. But for those people who really get it, those people who really pulling for you, those people who really pushing for you, those people who supporting you, those people who every time you go on, to Facebook, you got a like. Every time you go on Instagram, you getting some love, right? Those people who say, man, Marv, what you got going on? I want to be a part of it. My main man, Jay Vick, asked me a question the other day that was one of those questions that's like, it was a question, but it was like, it was love. He said, when your book coming out? That's love, man. All he asked me was, when your book coming out? But to me, it was, he sees the process, he sees the work, he sees the progress. He see what I'm doing. He see what I'm working on. And he rewarded me with that. He rewarded my efforts with a simple question. When your book coming out? And that lets me know that he's a part of the journey with me. He's engaged. And so I'll end it, but just know that sometimes, let me see this, man. Simon's in the bathtub, he's asking for help. Sometimes when your family's too close to the process, they won't see everything, they won't understand everything you're doing to get from point A to point B. And so with that being said, man, you gotta, not necessarily put them in their place, but you have to be patient with them, and you have to, adjust accordingly. And keep doing what you're doing. Continue to go hard, but understand that when people are in the house with you, all they see is what's in the house. The people on the outside don't realize you just built the mansion, right? They won't realize that you built the mansion. That's what the people on the outside see. They see, man, look how big that house is. Look how big that house is. He built the mansion. But the people in the inside, all they see is it's just a house, right? So be mindful of that. With that being said, I'm done, man. Simon's done. He's trying to get out of the bathtub. You want to sing our song? Say, Shamon. Shamon. La, 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 la. That's from Batman Lego movie. So, with that being said, I'm done. Y'all take care and talk soon.